Swallowed Star Episode 185. The Golden Horned Beast is trapped in a quagmire and is constantly being blasted away within the 9 Absolute Divine Kingdom. Meanwhile, in outer space, a pitch-black spaceship was flying at the speed of light. Inside its control room, a tall young man in black battle armor spoke indifferently, this time, taking advantage of the good relations between my race and the demon race. I will assume the identity of a member of the demon race to enter the primitive universe, the outer domain battlefield, known as a meat grinder for the strong. This venture into the outer domain battlefield is an opportunity for me to enter the upper echelons of my race. I cannot afford to be complacent. Behind the young man, 2 attendants bowed. Back in a vast purple space, a terrifying aura emanated. In every corner stood 81 fully armed giants, completely surrounding the golden horned beast. The tallest of these giants was about 80 meters, while the shortest was about 8 meters. The golden horned beast at the center of the encirclement calmly surveyed its surroundings with its dark golden eyes, but inwardly it was shocked. It judged that the 81 fully armed giants appeared to be made of G-grade metal. Even if it wasn't top-tier G-grade metal, it would still cost tens of billions of Huiyuan units. G-grade metal is very expensive. For instance, the hexagonal shield and the Bloodshadow battle blade that Luo Feng currently uses were both specially customized from G-grade metal. The weapons used by king-level Undyings are almost all made of G-grade metal, typically of the higher-end variety. When Luo Feng bought his blade and shield, he received a discount, purchasing them for the extremely low price of 6 million points. Even so, the blade and shield alone were much more expensive than a Yuma starship, making it clear that G-grade metal is countless times more expensive than F9 grade metal. In his internal world, Luo Feng's original body sneered to himself, "No matter who this enemy is, once I finish him, all of this will be mine." This is much more profitable than accumulating military merits. At that moment, the tallest of the purple giants spoke, "Silver Wing King, you took my 530,000 F9 grade mechanical puppets. If you return them to me, I am willing to let you leave. You should know that my scanner is far more advanced than yours. You can't detect me, but I can easily find you." The golden horned beast's dark golden eyes looked down coldly at the purple giant. Compared to the beast's massive body, the 80-meter-tall purple giant could only be considered small. The purple giant continued, "My 81 purple giants are my ultimate technique, the 81 divine kings of the 9 absolute divine kingdom. Each of them possesses the combat power of a low-level king-level Undying, and that's just when they fight alone. If I unleash the ultimate move of the 9 absolute divine kingdom, even a king-level Undying with an immortal body like you will lose a part of your Undying body and be severely injured. You would then have to spend millions or even tens of millions of years to recover. Fighting like this isn't worth it. So, as long as you return all those mechanical puppets to me, I will deactivate the 9 absolute divine kingdom and let you leave safely. To fight or to make peace, the choice is yours, Silver Wing King." After speaking, the purple giant fell silent. Meanwhile, far away, the machine race Undying, Sawaika, who was commanding the battle, revealed a sinister grin. He thought to himself, "Foolish creature. Once you return the mechanical puppets to me, I'll crush you mercilessly. I'll blast your body to pieces, shatter your world ring, and drag out that human from inside. The treasures that human possesses are my real target. However, those 530,000 top-quality F9 grade mechanical puppets also cost me over 800 million Yuan units. It's such a waste for them to be taken by that silver beast." Yuan units are a high-end currency of the machine race. When converted to the currency of the human race, 1 Huiyuan unit is roughly equivalent to 2 Yuan units. On the other side, the golden horned beast carefully observed the 9 absolute divine kingdom. Of course, it wasn't a real divine kingdom, but merely a name the machine race Undying had given it. The leading giant looked at the golden horned beast and spoke again, "To fight or to make peace?" The golden horned beast's voice rumbled, "Machine race Undying, do you think I am as foolish as you?" The purple giant replied, "I am very dissatisfied with your answer. So, you shall enjoy the feast of the 9 absolute divine kingdom. As soon as the words fell, the 81 fully armed divine kings instantly turned into streaks of light, swarming in to attack from all directions. The golden horned beast tilted its head back and roared. Its 4 wings quivered, instantly dodging 12 of the divine kings that lunged at it before it charged towards the edge of the 9 absolute divine kingdom. Bright Moon Manual, first form, Milky Way across the sky. Its 4 wings became like blades as a silver-red light sliced towards the edge of the purple space. Remotely controlling the battle, Sawaika said softly, "That's a powerful weapon created by my master. Trying to break it so easily? You must be dreaming." Divine Kingdom Entanglement. Inside the 9 absolute divine kingdom, as the golden horned beast unleashed its Milky Way across the sky the purple space suddenly erupted with countless purple threads. Entangled so suddenly at close range, even the golden horned beast couldn't dodge. It roared furiously, its 4 wings flailing wildly and slicing through many of the threads, but more threads immediately coiled around it. At the same time, the 81 divine kings swung their palms, turning them into blades. The 81 curved arcs of light tore through space, gradually touching and merging in midair to form a 300-meter-long blade. Wherever the blade passed, space itself was instantly cut open, forming a fine crack. Feeling the chilling intent from the blade and its terrifying aura, along with the countless entangling purple threads, the golden horned beast quickly folded its silver wings, completely enveloping its entire body. Boom! The golden horned beast was sent flying backwards from the blow, and the coiling purple threads all released on their own. After flying back hundreds of thousands of kilometers, the golden horned beast finally stopped and unfolded its wings. A trace of golden blood trickled from the corner of its mouth. Even though its wings had absorbed over 90% of the impact, and its silver armor had absorbed over 90% of the rest, the remaining force still managed to injure it. The golden horned beast's silver wings fluttered, leaving 3 winding trajectories in its wake as it instantly pounced towards the nearest divine king. It thought that the last move obviously required the combined effort of all 81 divine kings to be unleashed. As long as I can tie down one divine king, it reasoned, they won't be able to use that attack again. However, countless purple threads materialized out of thin air around the golden horned beast, entangling it once again without warning. The golden horned beast struggled frantically, snapping a large number of the purple threads, but immediately after, more purple threads appeared and wrapped around it furiously, making the beast feel as if it were stuck in a quagmire, completely unable to break free. At the same time, the 81 divine kings once again unleashed their combined attack. The golden horned beast once again folded its silver wings, taking the blow and being sent flying once more. Pfft! The golden horned beast, having stopped its momentum, spat out a large mouthful of golden blood. The tallest divine king then said coldly, "Your body still hasn't exploded? Then take my 3rd strike. I refuse to believe I can't shatter you." This 3rd strike was like a tangible, giant hammer, smashing down on the golden horned beast's folded silver wings. The impact caused its eyes, ears, and nostrils to ooze blood, and it gushed out mouthfuls of it. As the story continues, the golden horned beast was continuously hit by the combined attacks of the 81 divine kings, but it managed to endure them all. Even the strongest of the 9 absolute divine kingdoms' 9 strikes, the divine kingdom's annihilation wheel, failed to shatter the golden horned beast, only making its injuries more severe. After unleashing 9 consecutive combined attacks, the energy of the 81 divine kings was almost completely depleted. Sensing countless streams of energy being poured from the purple space into the 81 divine kings to recharge them, a frantic look appeared in the golden horned beast's eyes. It immediately summoned its Zerg army, commanding the Zerg Empress to lead the army of 1 million fox-armored beetle kings in a collective attack. Choose any of the pyramid points in the purple space, it ordered, and unleash the most powerful bombardment. In an instant, the entire purple space was filled with a dense crowd of 1 million fox-armored beetle kings. Each one stood over 26 meters tall, with a thick, dark red carapace covering its ferocious form, and all of them looked exactly the same. At the core of the army was a Zerg nest with a 1-kilometer diameter. This sight caused the remotely commanding Sawaika's expression to change drastically, and he was thrown into a panic. It's a Zerg army of 1 million peak Sector Lord Zerg. And they're fox-armored beetle kings. Sawaika thought, pacing around the control room with anxious eyes. What do I do? Countless thoughts raced through his mind. Use the entangling threads to trap the Zerg warriors? No, the instantaneous energy burst from an army of 1 million fox-armored beetle kings far exceeds the limits of king-level undyings. Entangle the Zerg nest and destroy it? The 81 Divine King's energy is almost depleted and still recharging. And that damned Silver Wing King has folded its wings to protect the Zerg nest. There's no chance to kill the Zerg Empress. I can only give up. Sawaika gritted his teeth and made the unwilling decision. Silver Wing King, you're lucky this time, he fumed. And that damned human sector lord, you're lucky too. Meanwhile, the 1 million fox-armored beetle kings unleashed their combined attack the moment they were summoned. The 9 Absolute Divine Kingdom was not a real, separate space, but a region filled with a massive amount of energy. With its senses, the golden horned beast easily located the 9 energy towers of the purple space, the locations of the 9 pyramids. Once the location was confirmed, the 1 million fox-armored beetle kings unleashed their full power. A million beams of light rapidly converged on a single point in the distance, gathering into a tiny, brilliant point before exploding. Boom! The entire purple space rumbled as an area spanning tens of millions of kilometers was instantly torn open, creating a massive void. Space collapsed, and the torrent of spatial fragments became chaotic. Just as the army launched the attack, the golden horned beast had already recalled the Zerg nest, Irina, and the 1 million fox-armored beetle kings back into its internal world. At the same time, it folded its wings, completely enveloping its body. Immediately after, the massive explosion washed over it. Even after being weakened by the double layer of its wings and armor, the shockwave still caused the golden horned beast to spit out a large mouthful of blood. The pyramid, which was near the center of the explosion, had already cracked open. The golden horned beast flapped its wings and charged towards the pyramid like a bolt of lightning. Millions of kilometers away, Sawaika wasn't affected by the shockwave, but his heart ached with loss. The base of my 9 Absolute Divine Kingdom. Through his scanner, he saw that one of the 9 pyramids had been blasted open. Then, he watched as the Silver Wing King charged like lightning towards the pyramid and collected it. Sawaika angrily slammed his fist on the console, roaring, "Silver Wing King! You bastard! My base ship! My base ship!" The 9 great base ships were his most important treasures. Only when all 9 were combined could the complete 9 Absolute Divine Kingdom be deployed. With even one missing, the technique was useless. On the other side, after the golden horned beast collected the damaged pyramid ship, Luo Feng felt a sense of relief. After being suppressed and beaten for so long, he had finally counterattacked. The 81 scattered divine kings looked at the golden horned beast as one of them spoke, Silver Wing King. The golden horned beast let out a low growl. Without the assistance of that purple space, even replenishing your energy is a problem, and many of your combined ultimate moves cannot be used. Without this series of techniques, you now pose no threat to me whatsoever. Then, with a flap of its wings, it sent 3 divine kings flying. The throned divine king showed no signs of damage. The G-grade metal's defense was still very strong. The tallest divine king spoke again, "We can't do anything to you now. But Silver Wing King, how about we make a deal? As long as you return that broken ship to me, I am willing to give you treasures worth 1 billion Hui Yuan units." However, the golden horned beast just let out a low growl, not wanting to bother with him at all. With a flap of its wings, it turned into a streak of silver light and vanished into the distant horizon. As it flew, Luo Feng reflected on the battle. When the golden horned beast had captured the damaged pyramid ship, it had actually wanted to capture the others as well. Unfortunately, The other 8 pyramid ships all accelerated to their maximum speed, and he couldn't catch them. Luo Feng couldn't help but feel a pang of loss over the missed opportunity. He realized the reason he was at a disadvantage throughout the battle was primarily due to his scanner. He had been completely led by the nose. His every move was under the opponent's control. If he had a more advanced scanner, he wouldn't have been so passive. Even by the end of the battle, he still didn't know where his opponent's real body was, which was simply frustrating. At that moment, the rapidly flying golden-horned beast glanced back. It had a faint feeling that the machine race expert was still monitoring it from a distance. That machine race expert probably hasn't given up, Luo Feng thought. He's very likely following from a long distance. He suffered such a huge loss, and an important component for deploying the 9 absolute divine kingdom has fallen into my hands. How could he be willing to let me go? He will definitely follow me and then find a way to take the item back. What should I do? Just let him keep following. Luo Feng thought anxiously. At the same time, 300 million kilometers away from the golden horned beast, a pyramid ship was in hot pursuit. Inside the ship's control room, Sawaika's face was grim as he looked at the silver monster on the projection screen. Silver Wing King, he seethed, I can't be missing a single one of my 9 base ships. Without even one, I can't deploy the 9 absolute divine kingdom. Trying to take it away from me is just a dream. Originally, I didn't want to pay a huge price to kill you, but now you're forcing my hand. By taking the base ship my master gave me, you can just wait to die. Then, a sliver of Sawaika's consciousness connected to the virtual universe, a virtual world set up by the machine race in the outer domain battlefield. A moment later, in the virtual world, Sawaika spoke politely to a figure on the screen, Mokbu. This was a 2-meter-tall being with a huge crystal eye on its head and a body covered in scales. Each scale had an eye on it. It was a life form from the Thousand Eye Star race. The Thousand Eye Star race is a very powerful race in the universe. Their population is small, but their individual strength is extremely formidable. The Thousand Eye Star race being grinned. Oh, it's my dear Sawaika. You should know I'm in the Star Tower right now, an extremely dangerous place. I don't like to be distracted. You know this, yet you still came to find me. So speak. What is it? Sawaika gritted his teeth and quickly recounted what had just happened, concluding with, the point is, I need to kill the Silver Wing King and take back my weapon component. Please give us a like and subscribe, fellow Taoists. Let's continue our chat in the next episode.